What's up, man? Hello?
We've done this before. Let's do it again. Ninjas thrive in the dark.
I offer you a portal of power.
No empathy required. Defeat.
A blessing upon you.
I'm alright.
What does the chairman do with all this anyways? This mouser poses a problem.
No, I'm joking.
Zap attacks.
In a perfect world, they would.
A portal of plundered pizza.
Honestly, the announcements this EVO were pretty underwhelming. Pretty much just content for existing games. There weren't really any new games announced. It'll probably be next year. A lot of people were hoping for the Marvel collection to get a release date, but that didn't even happen. Well, yeah, pretty disappointing for announcements, I guess I could say. Didn't really have a whole lot.
Menace is right.
Like that.
Apparently they're not even working on Marvel 4. A lot of people thought that the Marvel collection was building up to a new game, but that's not actually what it is. They're doing the Capcom test, you know, where you need to buy 800 million copies of the game before they'll consider making a new one, which is pretty disappointing. Because sometimes sometimes when they bring back like old games like that, they actually are like already working on the new one, just trying to make the previous games like more accessible. But according to the people that worked on it, that's not actually what it is. It's just, hey, buy this, and maybe we'll make a new one. Seems like there's a lot of interest in it, but who knows, like, how high their expectations are. Because we already did this with Darkstalkers. I thought that they're gonna sell enough copies of a 20-year-old game to make a new one, which is just insane. Especially one that people have, like, analyzed down to a science, like Vampire Savior. Didn't really,
Improvement! Nice.
wasn't as hype as they thought it would be. Like, yeah, people don't really like playing 20-year-old games. Not necessarily because they're old. It's more just that, that people feel like it's too hard to learn.
A little zing on top. This won't last forever.
Another challenge.
Best wishes on your trial.
Once more left.
Probably getting that happening, Capcom test with Tales now too, because Tales of Xillia Remastered got announced, and it doesn't have the second game, which is a lot better than the first game. A lot better than the first game gameplay-wise. The story in Xillia 2 is terrible, but the gameplay was fixed. So, only having the first game is pretty whack. I really hope that, you know, maybe the second one is gonna come out a couple months later or something. I hope they're not expecting it to sell, like, 1 trillion copies like Capcom, the Capcom test. I don't know, it's hard to tell. It seems like the leak is true. It's from a Czech gaming site that's had a pretty good track record of leaking things before they're supposed to be known by us. But yeah, it seems like it's just the first game, and the first game is not great gameplay-wise. It's got a decent story, but it's very rushed, and the boss fights suck.
Karai, she's waiting for us.
I don't know how I feel about them, I don't know how I feel about them holding the better gameplay game ransom. It seems like that's what's happening. You gotta buy the bad one to get the good one. And companies love to do that. I still have a lot of faith because the Symphonia Remaster does not have the second game, and like, I get it, you know, Symphonia is like the FF7 of the series. It's the one that most people grew up with. So there's like a lot of nostalgia around it, even though there's like better games in it. But it's pretty crappy to just like not have the second game in there when you did, the one 10 years ago did. The remaster from literally 10 years ago did.
feeling a bit spicy.
So it's like that new remaster of Symphonia is worse than the old one in every way, because it's missing an entire game. Like, yeah, I get it, you know, in another parallel to FF7, you know, people don't like the Symphonia stuff that came after the first game, just like people don't like FF7 stuff that's not the game. But for preservation's sake, you should still include it.
Father can help us with this. I will use this later.
What's up, Albie? Yeah, I'm on the third playthrough.
Someone's losing money. You need more training. Nice. That'll help. Father can help us with this.
We have received a gauntlet challenge.
Looks like the bully brigade. Just like
Together, you are victorious.
lead from the front. Nice. Let's put this scrap to good use.
Come one, come all.
Hello again. This won't last forever.
Until we meet again.
What's this? Fancy mouser? Nice try.
Sengoku BASARA where? Nowhere.
Special forces. Get back.
They would rather make another 1,000 Resident Evil games because we don't have enough of those already. That's what they're all about, is Resident Evil.
World with one less mouse. You guys do a number on my guitar.
No, it's just a joke title.
Defeat it. Shinobi hit.
Come on, guys, they can't even port the game to Switch. You really think there's gonna be a new Basara? Keep in mind, this is a franchise where they did a 15th anniversary, and their idea of celebrating a video game franchise lasting 15 years was announcing an $800 rice cooker and a guitar, and then talking a bunch about a mobile game that died like 6 months later. Like, they didn't even port the game to Switch. I get the enthusiasm, but it should be obvious that I'm just joking.
The Foot have issued a gauntlet challenge.
Back to the boat.
I'm glad you guys are so enthused and
Never a dull
passionate about it,
moment.
but come on, like they haven't even ported the games to Switch for like print money.
We go
They're
again.
not gonna make a new game.
Like that.
I wish it was true, but it's not.
Lightning bolt. Acceptable.
Everybody hated that anniversary stream.
I've heard of unorthodox ninja techniques, but come on.
I am twice the ninja you could ever be, Leonardo!
Yikes! I'm burning! Hot!
Fire!
Yikes! I'm burning! Hot! Hot!
Sengoku BASARA nani! Kill! This is not over.
We're getting good at this. Thanks. I was getting hungry.
Look, if there was any hope that Basara was ever going to get a video game again,
The
they
city's
would
gonna
have ported the
quite
games to
cleanup
Switch.
after this.
Because it's like the most low-effort thing you could do to make people care about the franchise, or the gaming part. They have not done that, so there's clearly no interest in continuing it.
I wonder how much these cost.
The franchise died when they did that anniversary stream, because they thought that people wanted an $800 rice cooker, or whatever. I don't remember how much it cost, but it was hundreds of dollars. That was their idea of an announcement. Instead of something people would actually buy, like the old games ported. It's not gonna happen.
Let's add fire. Take that!
I got kind of annoyed when Dynasty Warriors fans were complaining about, you know, not having a new game for a while. I'm like, dude, Basara's in a way worse spot. Way worse. Basara is just depressing how bad it is right now. I don't mind, like, not having a Dynasty Warriors game for a while if the new one is actually good.
Let's see what the chairman
Hasn't been
has
that long. Basara's been
You have
dead
returned.
video game wise
Just a
for
shortstop.
8 years now. It's been nothing. Not even a port. I think that is a lot worse.
Zap attacks.
Hey, I'm allowed one clickbait in 19 years, alright? I'm allowed one clickbait.
wishes
I
on
hate
top.
clickbait. I didn't think people would take the title seriously.
Got a little something for you guys.
It'll help. Thanks, April.
The Foot have issued a gauntlet challenge.
The streets are in an uproar. One less flat in New York City. You need more training. At least we won't have to do that again. Way of the Ninja. You think turtles and frogs can get along?
Nah, it's not clickbait. It was a joke title that people are taking seriously for some reason. You guys know better. I don't do clickbait. I can't stand clickbait. That's why I don't do it. It's also why my channel is not successful, because I refuse to do clickbait. I don't put my mouth open in the thumbnail so big that you can stick a Big Mac in there. I don't do that. That's why my channel doesn't make money.
What does the chairman
I don't
do
do
with
the
all
things
these
that get stupid people to click on your video. That's why I'm not a successful content creator.
Take out the leader.
Don't have red arrows and
See ya.
capital letters in my title telling you to click here.
Don't get back up.
I don't do those things.
Like that. Not forever, but it'll help. Time for some shopping.
New merchandise. Fresh fare.
Hello again.
I don't have Raid Shadow Legends sponsorships on my stream.
Let's make the most of it. Nice. I was getting hungry.
A challenge. Should
I
you
don't take
accept?
sponsorships
Bring
from
more scrap.
random crappy mobile games that I would never be caught
You
dead
sure you want
playing.
to fight again?
I don't do that either. I refuse.
Fresh air.
Bless this spot, Rock!
I got you, pal.
Oh, beautiful!
Lighting them up, Doc. Here's where we run like the wind.
Follow after them. This does not look good. Be ready to dance, Turtle Toes. Break the barricade. Get a move on. Break through. Last time. My teeth chatter. Don't stop here. They're up ahead.
Uh-oh. Title's made it, Rock! And now we're trapped in here!
Hey, it's your time today. No, man. We're gonna break on these jumpers and get back at it. This is what I call crawling fine.
I do get those sponsorships, by the way. And Raid Shadow Legends trying to get me to play their crap game. Like, nope.
Watch this!
Only gonna take sponsorships for stuff I would already use. I would already use it without being paid. That's why I took the Peak of Combat sponsorship. It was only $100 anyway. Wasn't like a life-changing amount of money. But like, I already played the game, so I was okay with taking that. But I don't believe in
Every defeat, a
shilling
lesson.
random crap to
Every
you guys
victory, a lesson
for a
learned.
quick buck. I've gotten this far without selling out.
Tis the spot.
I'd prefer to keep it that way. Most of them pay like dirt anyway, so it's like not even worth
Whoever has sensei is
the
clearly
hit you take for promoting that stuff. Raid Shadow Legends pays like dirt. It's not worth it.
This Mouser has an ego problem. Someone's losing money. Tell your boss we're coming. My regards to Stockton. You gotta earn your respect. Boom!
They like Tails.
Training.
As much as I complain about how bad Tails is right now, it's in a better spot than Basara. It's in a better spot than Basara. Basara is like just not ever getting a new game again, most likely. I don't really think it has much to do with Kobayashi leaving. They've already continued a lot of their other franchises without the original people still being there. It's just Basara was like AAA for Muso, pretty much. It's not as expensive to make as like a Resident Evil, but still, like compared to what Koei probably spends on their Muso games, it probably cost way more. So they were expecting sales they didn't get.
Take that! Gotcha!
You gotta think about it from a business standpoint. Like, Basara has no clones at all. There's not a single clone. Everybody has a very deep moveset. And there's like 40 characters.
I will use this later.
Like, the animations are very good. There's anime cutscenes as well for a couple characters. Can't be cheap to make that game. And like, it has a lot of passionate fans, but
Get back up.
I'm sure the suits at the company are wanting like sales that it's just like not ever gonna get. I've always considered Basara to be like AAA for Muso games. Like, nobody spent more on the games than them. It's kind of like Cave. You know, Cave was like AAA for arcade shmups for the longest time, and then, you know, they stopped making games. Stopped making arcade games anyway. But like, everything else that comes after doesn't have like those production values. Obviously, it doesn't cost much to make a shmup either, compared to like, you know, a God of War or something. But it's still way more money. And people don't want to put that kind of money into shmups anymore. It's the same thing with Basara.
This won't last forever.
They've invested too much into that game, and now that's like the new expectation for a Basara game, to have those crazy production values and like 40 deep movesets, tagging, and like you know, way more story than the average Koei Muso game too. Like, they're just not gonna keep making games like that, especially when they're too stupid to actually release them outside of Japan, which just limits how far it can go anyway. Same thing with like Kamen Rider, you know? Like, Kamen Rider is more popular now because you can actually watch it, at least in America.
One man's trash.
The Foot have issued a gauntlet challenge.
You can watch it at least in America, legally. You don't have to go download a torrent anymore. Why would that make something more popular? Actually being able to watch it legally. You know, watch it ad-supported, or, you know, pay a small fee to remove the ads. And like, now it's more popular. It's like basic business, but you'd be surprised how much game companies don't do stuff like that.
Right. You need more training.
Basara also has a lot of reading as well compared to Koei Muso game. My Japanese is very limited. I can read and speak some Japanese, but like I don't have conversational Japanese. You know, I took some Japanese in school. I took like 1 semester of Japanese, and I learned a little bit more just from playing games. But like, Basara has a lot of reading involved. Importing it is not very viable.
To do that again.
You remain.
It's way more reading than any Koei Muso game, pretty much.
It's not forever, but it'll help. Time for some shopping.
Well, a lot of people didn't really want to buy Basara. There were a lot of channels like mine praising it, but it's pretty big ask to go buy a game in Japanese. You know, you can't read it. There's an insane amount of reading in that, more than most people want to put up with.
We have received a gauntlet challenge.
We're not taking the gauntlet challenge.
I'll bring more provisions.
You seem battle, and yet here you are. Sounds like you're. Because you're gonna need a lot more.
Look, we've already proven we can.
And you are.
It's determination, right? Because we
Like them.
ninja damage. Not good. Just like. Stand back. He's attuning to the astral plane. Has our powers. Outfight him. Arcane. Watch out. Lightning.
I mean, this is what shmup fans deal with, right? Cave shmups for like the highest production value for shmups. And obviously, like I said, making a shmup doesn't cost as much as like making a new Call of Duty, but it's still a lot of money. A lot of you know, that comes with higher expectations. Starting with like Basara 3, they really went out. They went like
Revel in this
really
moment
hard
while
with
you
production
can,
values, and that just means that they need to sell more copies to keep doing it, and that didn't happen.
And
I think Basara
for
4
now, I'm
actually
guessing.
sold
You heard
pretty
it. We're not
decently,
done.
but they refused to expand, so
You are
that really limits how much it can sell too.
Coward, I'm sick of you hiding. Get out of here and
Raphael, we must all remain in control of our emotions.
Your sire speaks truly, young mutant.
Then what is?
Why continuing and continuing?
which is
You're a wizard.
Dude, serious.
Oh, but... And on the subject of ta-ta...
crap gone again.
So
That was a good run. That was a 1cc. Yeah, that was a sub-hour 1cc. Not bad. I didn't use any revives, so yeah, it was a 1 credit clear. Good run.
Warning, April O'Neil.
Income?
Affirmative.
I figure.
Then do it somewhere else, because I don't want to see it, Mike.
Still?
Nope.
and we didn't even get to say goodbye.
How about his cap?
Not really. He's definitely in no hurry to let Father go. But it doesn't...
Nah, he just keeps him dangling like... Tell a big joke to that guy, including the stupid... This time it was Father's old coffee mug. Or maybe he's giving us... Look for any abnormal... Commanding?
And Shredder?
That idiot don't know...
Because he's not beat, Raph. But we gotta keep on trying. You know it, little...
Round 4?
Lollipop Chainsaw was like never great. I don't even know why they're bringing that game back. How many people like really care about that? If you want fan service, there's better games to play. I have no interest in playing that personally. Can you like remaster a better game than that? I don't know, man. Who was like really on the floor in fetal position crying, begging for that game to come back? I don't think anyone really was. Random remaster that nobody asked for. We can't get like remasters of stuff people actually care about.
We'll save you, Father. Sometimes I wonder if New York will ever love us as much as we love it. This one. Going back. Hey, looking suave today, brothers. You know we got this. You can totally count me in.
I feel bad, like no one's playing this game. No one played it the first time because it was on Apple Arcade, which nobody uses. But then, like, also, the Switch version, no one's playing it. They didn't sponsor anybody to play it. I know that for a fact because the Twitch directory for this has peaked at like 50 viewers or concurrent viewers or something. I feel bad because this is actually like a really good game. It definitely is a Hades clone. It's an unavoidable comparison, but I actually like this game a lot better than Hades. I always thought Hades was a bit overrated. It's a good roguelike because it has the average gameplay and an actual story, which a lot of roguelikes don't have. You know, you kind of just can't really expect it to have a story. Just due to the nature of how these games work. fighting the same bosses hundreds if not thousands of times, but I never really thought it was the best roguelike. But I like this game a lot better than Hades. I think the gameplay is significantly better. But, I don't know, they're not paying anybody to play this, and they, you know, they keep doing exclusivity. Like, when they announced this in the Direct, I looked for the kind of gameplay that I put up, you know, like, somebody who's above average at the game and has played it for at least, you know, a dozen hours or so, and showing, like, high-level gameplay. There's, like, barely any. Like, no one bought this game on Apple Arcade. But no one's buying it on Switch either. It's very clear. Like, no one's buying it. So, I don't know. I think they could have easily sponsored some channels like mine to play this, and I would have taken it, because my rule with sponsorships is I will only take them if I'm going to use the product anyway without being paid. You won't see me take random crap mobile games. I won't take those. If I wasn't going to use it without being given some money, I won't shill it. Because I've been doing this for like 19 years, and I don't want people piggybacking off my brand that I've worked my ass off to build harder than most people. Like, they're not getting that, so
I offer you a portal of power.
Man, don't we already got enough rats in this city?
yeah, they're not piggybacking off my brand to promote their crap mobile game when I've been doing this longer than almost anyone else on the platform. They can screw off. I'm not letting them do that. I know a lot of people might think that's stupid, but I do what I want with my brand, and I've worked extremely hard, and I don't make the money that I deserve, so I'm not letting them get free advertising. It has to be something I would actually use.
I offer you a portal of plundered pizza.
Bing bang!
Adequate mouse robot en route.
Wonder if I can ride it. These big bouncers are a giant pain in the shell.
Check for this month is going to be $37, so you know, some people might not like how much I have to ask for help. I'm like, well, it's a real problem. I don't make what I deserve on here at all. One of those things I kind of just have to accept it. I'm going to have to ask for help more often. Especially with paying off this new computer.
Victory!
I'm gonna have to show the donation link and stuff, but I would prefer to do that than sell out and promote random junk. So I think that's a lesser of two evils. Some people might not like me for that, but it's whatever. Got my values. I'm not gonna change them. I think they're good values personally. Yeah, I don't know why they announced that so soon. It's like cool, I guess, but you probably like barely started working on it, so it's hard to really be excited. I can't get excited for stuff that
Pizza time!
is so far away. I'd rather know about it when it's actually close to being done.
Pizza? Not set!
A challenge, should you accept it.
Best wishes on your trial.
You again! What's up, please?
Roguelike games, yeah. I am because I grew up in the arcades. The arcades are like shaped my main taste in video games. I grew up in the arcades. I went to the arcades until like my mid-20s, so I like games like this. That's why I like beat 'em ups and fighting games and those kinds of mechanics. But yeah, if you don't like repetition, you want more of a focus on story or more of a real reason to keep playing just because you have fun playing it, then yeah, these games aren't for everybody. But as somebody who's based almost his entire gaming taste around arcades, I really like roguelikes. At the same time, I'm very picky on what I'll actually play. A lot of roguelikes aren't great.
You think Karai is still out there? Want more? Get at it! That's one big step up for Mikey.
I just like stuff like this because it's gameplay and not watching a bunch of cutscenes. The actual gameplay is the focus, not story. It's fine if people like story, but I just most games are either going to have good story or good gameplay. It's very hard to find both. That's one of the things Hades is not overrated in. It has above average gameplay and a good story. And it's very hard to find both. And that's why that game is special. But generally, you're gonna find one or the other. You're not gonna find both.
Only thing better than pizza is more pizza.
You're either gonna get a really good story and crap gameplay, or story is like the equivalent of a NES game with like a couple paragraphs on the back of the box and in the manual, and then you know the gameplay is really good. So I prefer gameplay, personally. Well, that's what I grew up with.
We have received a gauntlet challenge.
like a moth to a flame. You've only got yourself to blame. Over here, bonehead! Totally gnarly foot dude. That sounds better, pal. When you're done, you're done.
You remain victorious.
Taking my technique to a totally new level. Nice. The chairman. That means pizza.
Welcome, young ones.
Never gonna get used to that squid thing. Super Soaker! Gotta make the most of it.
Best wishes on your trial.
I thought the little mouser dudes were scary. Consider yourself totally exterminated. Ow! That hurt. Mouser Elite beats Mikey defeat.
Come on, guys. I don't know why people are taking it so seriously. You guys know I hate clickbait, which is why I don't do it.
Scrappy and happy. Big bang.
People really want a new Breath of Fire. I feel like that's a monkey's paw wish.
You're done, dude.
People didn't even like Dragon Quarter. Dragon Quarter was good like 22 years ago. And then they did that crap mobile game that shut down in like 6 months.
Just call me a super duper.
We don't care about that franchise. Dragon Quarter was already like a really big departure that people didn't really like. And then they followed that up years later with
The Foot have issued a gauntlet challenge.
Time to set sail.
they follow that up with a mobile game.
Sick city, dudes.
They did the same thing with Mega Man X. Does anyone remember
Walk the plank,
Mega Man X Over?
Glibness will destroy.
Anyone remember Mega Man X Over? Crap iPhone game. People were joking. The title means Mega Man X is over. Which ended up being true, by the way, because there hasn't been a Mega Man X game since. But, that was a thing that happened. Mega Man X over.
Oh, mouth breather.
boss fight sucks. Standard boss fight where they put a bunch of crap on the ground and summon ads. Barely get to fight legit. It's not an honest fight. I gotta get the unlockable from here though, so I'm gonna keep trying. This fight sucks. Artificially hard. How do the ads come back after I already killed them? Some BS. Yeah, I'm starting to wear out too, Mikey. This boss fight is buns. Please die. I'm gonna have to get more damage or something to do this fight. I don't think this is happening. Zoner versus Rushdown. Nice. That's very fair. Just put junk on the ground. Everybody's favorite kind of boss fight. Spam ads in the area of effect. Please die. The ads keep coming back even though you killed them. What a great boss fight. Feels like you need a lot of damage to do that. Because it's just a standard unfun boss fight. It's everything you don't like about boss fights. All in one meaty package.
Father always makes everything better.
That's like the last artifact I have to get, I think, that actually takes skill.
Raph made fun of it.
This one is just re-rolling a bunch of times.
Even now he says it's his lucky cup.
Well, yeah, you gotta beat Karai on hard mode. But it's a crap boss fight. It's everything wrong with the game. The ads should not come back after you kill them once. Then would actually be somewhat acceptable, but she often puts the crap on the ground and then just stands in it, so you can't really do much. Especially with how this game works, where there's no... The only thing that's on cooldown in this game is your dodge. Your moves and stuff are meter-based, meaning that you can't run around and just wait until your moves come back up. You have to actually fight, which is part of what makes this game flow so well, is it's not cooldown-based. You have to actually attack and stuff and stay aggressive to actually do a lot of damage. So to go against that, they put in bosses that just stand in puddles and summon ads. But I'm only on my third completed run, so I'm sure after you get a bunch of stats, it's probably less annoying, but I definitely don't like that about this game, is their main way of making the game harder is just spamming a bunch of ads. Like, those ads have barriers, so they do not stagger. They have, like, double the health. And then they spam projectiles while she's also spamming projectiles, so you really don't have a lot of breathing room. I don't know if I feel like doing another run. I might just play something else. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, actually. Let's play another game. Probably won't attempt that again, because if you're gonna die halfway through the game, it's like not even worth... It's not even worth taking the hard mode challenge. You get a lot more currency for like actually getting through the game. God Hand's another example. Like, that game desperately needs an unlocked frame rate, among other things. They need to bring that game back with a better frame rate, because the combat is too good to be stuck at 30 FPS. It's the same situation as Basara. If they can't even be bothered to do that, then they don't care about that franchise. That's like a basic criteria for bringing that back. I mean, you look at Symphonia Remaster, and that's exactly what they didn't do as well. It's still 30 FPS, and it was way buggier than the previous remasters as well, so there just wasn't much of a reason to buy it. It's like, well, it's still 30 FPS for one, which is like the biggest thing that they could have fixed. But then it was like also buggier than the earlier ones too. So it's like, why would you buy the new Symphonia remaster? It literally doesn't it doesn't have any reason to. It's the exact same game, just worse. No, the only remaster that Gacha got was on PS3, PS2 Classics on PS3. And all it is an upscale. It doesn't improve the frame rate or polish the game in any way. It's basically just a ROM. Well, Gacha needs more than that. It needs, like, you know, maybe upscale textures, unlocked frame rate, maybe a little bit of polish as well. I haven't played the game in long enough to really comment on what polish it needs, but I don't think anybody would be apprehensive towards a little bit of polish with that game. Alright, what am I gonna play next? No, Rival Schools is just, Rival Schools is like Nier, but on a lesser scale, meaning that people know the characters just because they're in so many games, but they're probably not going to make a new one. I mean, 2B is in, like, how many gacha games now? She's in, like 20 gacha games. She's even a collab character in Granblue vs. Rising, but there's, like, no new game in sight. That's pretty much what God Hand is. Not God Hand, but Rival Schools. There's people that know the characters just from playing stuff like TVC and CVS2, but they don't really have an intention of making a new one. Which is pretty much what's going on with Nier. They've got a big bag of money from putting those characters in like every decent gacha game, but they don't seem to really want to make a new one. which people don't like, obviously, but I don't know. I think the thing about Nier collabs what really sucks is that I think they're told to, like, not do anything with the story, so they're kind of, if you like Nier for the story and not for the combat or the fan service, those collabs are kind of crap. They don't really expand upon the story in any way, because I guess they're not allowed to, because I know when Nier Automata characters were put in PGR, that there was no story at all. Like, they had, like, no story. Like, they specifically told them to not put story in. So they're just kind of there. No, I don't think so. Alright, hold on, I'm updating PGR. I haven't done my dailies today. The Double Dragon game complaints are funny. I don't know how people haven't noticed that, like, Double Dragon has never had any consistency in anything. Outside of, like, the music being good. The characters never look the same, and the games never play the same. When people are saying it looks pretty rough, and I admit from what they've shown it doesn't look great, but, like, Double Dragon doesn't ever try to do the same thing more than once. So Double Dragon has its games that are considered to be the best, but there's people that like the ones that are less liked too, just because they all play differently. That's one of the benefits Double Dragon has compared to other ancient game franchises, where there's like an expectation to play the same way. They're like all completely different, most of the time for the worse. But sometimes you get stuff like Gaiden, which is like actually a legit good beat 'em up, and I consider to be one of the best Double Dragons. But you know, you can't expect the next game to play that way. It's not going to. At the same time, if the new game sucks, the next one's going to be different anyway. So it's not like Tales of Arise or the DMC reboot, where you're like worried that the series isn't going to continue because, you know, those games, people didn't like the gameplay. The next one's going to be different whether you like it or not. So like, that's probably why they don't make a new Final Fight, because they know that there's going to be expectations to like really evolve it. Because Final Fight is the base that like almost every beat 'em up worth playing follows. It's the foundation. And they know that there's a lot of pressure. I think Capcom is aware that like a Final Fight 4 would actually sell pretty well if it looked decent, it played well, and it had like modern stuff that people expect, like a roguelike mode or you know, rollback co-op or something like that. But I think they just know that it's hard to like really follow up that game. The reason why it holds up so well still is because most of the beat 'em ups that are actually worth playing in 2024, they play like that. And basically set up the entire foundation for decent beat 'em ups. It wasn't really anything good before that, and even after. What do you mean messing it up? How do you brick your PGR account? I don't understand what your question is. PGR is like the hardest gacha game to brick because of the fact that they have bundles. So like, if you bricked your account, you could just get the latest character by spending like, I don't know, 75, $100. Like Zenless Zone Zero, for instance, people are bricking their accounts by going in the standard banner. they're spending all their grind bits on the standard banner, which is a bad decision because the limited banner ones are going to be way better. PGR it's really hard to brick your account. In Zenless Zone Zero, the reason it's so easy to brick your account is because they have the standard banner. But then there's like also not many packages to like really buy more currency. So people really want the standard banner characters, but the rates are crap. So people are spending real money on it and stuff, which is a really good way to brick your account. But like PGR is comparatively almost impossible to brick, provided you're willing to spend a little bit of money. Like I spent money on. I didn't spend money this patch yet, but I pulled for a copy of Elisa because I'm just gonna drop like probably $60 on the game, probably more like $65 on the game next month when I get paid. So that'll make up everything I lost. And then I'll just do that again next patch and I'll have enough for 2 copies. The PGR is pretty hard to brick. Just don't waste resources on A rank characters unless you're going to spend money. You never want to do that. Like I did that for Noctis because I like Noctis. You know, I like martial arts characters, so I decked him out, but I would not recommend a free-to-play player to ever do something like that. You always want to buff up your S ranks. And then if you want to spend a little bit of money, the serum bundle is always worth buying. So is the battle pass. What's up, Abby? Hello. Oh, by the way, I think this is only America only, but Kamen Rider Geats is available for free on YouTube. I think you need premium though. I have YouTube Premium, so I can't confirm or deny, but they've got the whole series there. And if you've got premium, there's no ads, so check it out, I guess. No, I am not paid to say that. I wish I was, but I'm not. But yeah, that's something that just happened over the weekend, I think. The complaints of about Zenless from clickbait content creators are really stupid. They're all complaining that the game is too easy, and then people get to the end and they say that the game is too hard. I'm like, it doesn't make sense to make a gacha game hard at the beginning. That's not the point. The point is to get you addicted so that you spend money. They're not going to make it like Ninja Gaiden at the beginning, because then they won't make money. Because most people aren't looking for a difficult game. They're complaining it's too easy. I'm like, have you ever played a gacha game before? Have you ever played DFO? Like, DFO did that after a while, right? Like, the beginning of DFO used to be legit hard. It was like a legit difficult beat-em-up with RPG mechanics. But then they stopped doing that because they realized it was stupid. I actually liked it when it was hard, but I'm in the vocal minority. But like, from a business standpoint, it makes no sense to do that whatsoever. Because they want you to stick around and keep playing the game and hopefully spend money. They're like, it's too easy. I'm like, well, what are you expecting? Of course it's too easy. By the time that it gets difficult, you're already invested and probably spending money on the game. That's when they can make it harder. I don't know, man. I can't stand most gacha YouTubers. How much they like to dogpile games and say stuff that's, like, not even true. I'm like, look, if you're looking for Elden Ring or Ninja Gaiden in a gacha game, I don't know what to tell you. If you do get that, it's going to be after, like, at least 2 months of playing. It's not going to be like that out the gate, because then they won't make money. Which is why DFO leveling experience is pretty much just like pushing one button. Which is not fun, in my opinion. I actually find it really boring. I think the leveling was a lot fun when it actually took some effort. But I'm smart enough to realize that it was a good business decision to do that. Because the meat of the game is at the end game, not at the beginning. And like, I totally get why they did that. I might not like it personally, but alright, why is it doing this again? I don't know why. I've had this problem on Steam Deck too. It's like not wanting to load. That's just great. You gonna load or what? Let's try that again. It's like the internet here doesn't get past the load screen. I don't know why. Try again. Otherwise, I'll just do this later. That DFO leveling experience now is you just one-shot bosses. It's doing it again. That's weird. Let me look this up. Okay, so it's not just me. See, how do I clear the cache? Some people are saying People are saying clearing the cache fixes it. It's been a problem for like the last couple patches. I don't know why. I might have to play something else tonight then. Alright, well, this is the last chance I'm gonna give this. I'll just play something else. Might go back to Turtles. Alright, I'll let it do this. Oh, Gacha content creators are the worst. They always push false narratives like that. They don't think about the business standpoint of why service games are so easy at the beginning of, like, of course it's easy. You don't want to filter out potential spenders. I actually like it when the game is harder at the beginning because it keeps me more engaged, but at the same time I'm not really going to complain about it because I know that there's a business reason for doing it. Which is why you just one-shot stuff when you level up in DFO now. You go from level 1 to 110 or whatever, just one-shotting everything. Like, that's why. Because there's not really much of a reason to spend money in the leveling experience either. The part where you'll actually want to spend more than like a couple dollars is pretty much when you're maxed out. So they want to get you to that part as soon as possible, and not filter you. Old school DFO, I definitely would play like a DFO classic, like WoW classic. I would definitely play that, just because it was a really fun beat 'em up, and it had some challenge to it. But I totally get why it's not like that anymore. Also, they have like an extra 15 years of content, so they don't want people stuck on old stuff for too long. That's the other thing, too, is the older the game gets, they don't want you stuck on old stuff. What's going to be making money is funneling you into newer content. You know, they made those leveling dungeons like 10 years ago. Oh hey, it worked! Awesome. They fixed it.
規則正しい生活だと人は錆びちまうぜ。つまんねえな。でもまあ毎日お前のそばに
Yeah, Power Flow, now they're complaining that it's too hard. I'm like, yeah, because you played the game for like at least 2 weeks straight. You're at the current endgame, now they can make it hard. And if you're invested, you'll spend money at that point to make it easier. It's like the whole point of it. I don't know, man. I really don't watch any Gacha YouTubers for the most part because of that. They all do the exact same thing. It's really exhausting and annoying. Anything to get you to click on the video, even if it's saying something blatantly false. I don't know, this is the stupidest false narrative I've seen for a gacha game in a long time, though. There's people complaining that the beginning of the game is too easy, which is like the most stupid thing you could ever say. It just doesn't make any sense. Look, you don't have to be a business major or business professional to realize why it's easy. DFO, one of the most successful and longest running service games of all time, understood this literally 10 years ago, and that's why it's still active. Exactly for that reason. Like, yeah, making the leveling experience sweaty is fun, but it's not good for actually making money. Because people don't really have attention spans anymore. They don't have patience. They don't want to actually like get good at the game. And if you filter out those people, you're filtering out people that will actually spend money.
Simulation シミュレーション完了。指揮官、我々が勝者です。もう逃げ場はありません。あなたたちの力は僕が制する。私に任せてください。時の果てで滅びよ。最悪は純粋な本能。救いをもたらす。何が全部、何に元気一体。これがナナミの最強の切り札だよ。シミュレーション完了。もう逃げ場。あなたたちの力は僕が制する。僕、私に任せてください。時の果てで。
Yeah, I don't care for DFO's endgame myself. Especially because the community is so immature and toxic. That makes me want to do stuff like that even less. So whenever I play that game again, I just get as far as I can without having to interact with people, and then I stop. That's as far as I get. I don't really want more than that.
あなたたちの力は僕が制する。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたの生存、私に任せてください。時の果てで滅びよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。シ 僕の力、あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなた、私に任せてください。時の果てで滅びよ。最悪は全て私と共に刻印に返します。苦難はここで燃やし尽くします。ターゲットロックを。希望が怪人から生まれ変わります。ピンク一体。指揮官、ナナミとパワー。
Does New Genesis even have content? Or is it still old school PSO drip feed? I don't know. I didn't mind base PSO2's drip feed content just because the gameplay was so good. And it's still like unmatched in terms of action MMOs, but when the combat is worse than the previous game and there's no content, I find that to be a very hard sell, which is why I don't play it. Vanilla PSO2 definitely had its really bad bad instances of drip feed. Mostly episode 3 ultimate quests were like very grindy for like not really much of a reason, and there wasn't much else to do. Like, I get that, but I don't know. That was like one of the first big like max exoduses from that game. Was episode 3 ultimate quests. The drop rates were like worse than a gacha, but with no pity system. So, and like at that point in the game, ultimate quests were like legit hard content. They weren't steamroll content. So you're like playing your heart out and getting nothing. That was pretty bad. I actually stopped playing for a bit at that point. A lot of people did. You guys didn't get to experience that because you guys got the speedrun version of the game, but I played on JP servers. Nice orb RNG. I don't really care though. It's whatever.
大したことね。別に褒められるようなことじゃ。私の獲物の匂いがする。ごめん、あいつらを切り裂く。
This character looks so stupid. I think she's like one of the worst character designs in a game that has a lot of good character designs. Just looks dumb, out of place. But meta is meta. You kind of have to have this character. She plays fun. I think the design sucks. Major character design downgrade with her. Like, nope, not feeling it. It's not true, it's a joke. There are people still coming in thinking it's real. It's not real, okay? Just having a little fun. I had a friend do this to me too, and I hated him for it, but I also still thought it was funny.
これ
戦場でやり
出番ですよ。痛いんです。誰が勝っていいって言った？援助が欲しいってひざまずいてこういうのなら助けてあげるわ。
形のない形に隙のない隙。
共に踊りましょう。援助が欲しいって
形のない形に隙のない隙。
地獄に連れてってほしいの。痛いんです。
金はもらってる。体力が爆発するぞ。形のない形に隙のない隙。
その援助が欲しいってひざまずいてこういうのなら助けてあげる。誰が勝っていいって言ったの？痛いんです。そう、風林武派。
敗れても挑み平安を勝ち取らん。
私があなたはアダージュアンダンテ演奏開始。アリアの時間大声でどうしてやりましょう。私がコーダを捧げてあげましょう。
道具をどう観客の皆様がじっと見て今だな。クライマックス。
今だクライマックス。
観客の皆様がじっと見てるの？どこへ逃げるつもり？
ロンドンの
歴史の中に消えてしまいなさい。
時期の大橋を始めましょう。私がコーダを捧げてあげましょう。
道具をどこへ逃げるつもり？今だ。
クライマックス。
どこへ逃げるつもり？観客の皆様がじっと見てるよ。
むやみにもがずおかえなさい。これが旧歴史の中に消えてしまいなさい。
あと何回このような無意味な戦いをしたら無駄なあがきをやめさせられるのでしょう。粛清の私の動きをこれで私早急理解帰還粛清開始抵抗無駄です情けないわ。さあ終焉の光を与えましょう。悪夢の終わりをここに宣告します。全力でかかってきなさい。風より解かれる力我が刃と化せ聖書を歯ごたえないで宿命の風は私が断ち切る。風より解かれる力我が刃と化せ聖書を情けないわ。 命の風は私が断ち切る。風より解かれる力、我が刃と化せ。聖書を情けないよ。宿命の風は私が断ち切る。風より解かれる力、我が刃と化せ。情けないよ。敵の隙をつけます。宿命の風は私が断ち切る。風より解かれる力、我が刃と化せ。聖書を情けないよ。宿命の風は私が断ち切る。風より解かれる力、我が刃と化せ。聖書を情けないよ。宿命の風は私が断ち切る。全力でかかってきます。風より解かれる力、我が刃と化せ。聖書を情けないよ。宿命の風は私が断ち切る。風より解かれる力、我が刃と化せ。無駄な抵抗はやめなさい。聖書を情けないよ。宿命の風は私が断ち切る。
That's a lot of damage. He's actually my strongest character.
次に向かうわよ。
Triple S Crimson Weave, double resonance.
終幕ではないわ。
Only needs one memory. Actually, no, she's maxed out pretty much. She's really OP in that mode because she has like 2 time stops. Alright, well, there's my contribution. I'm done on this for today.
Good food is its own reward!
I'm not seeing a black screen on my end. What are you talking about? Need to get your eyes checked. I hope no one is re-rolling on this game because it takes about an hour before you can pull anything. And like the beginning of this game is actually probably one of the best tutorials I've ever played in a gacha. Because it's like it's basically just a new Metal Slug game. So like if anybody's doing the whole false narrative with this gacha game, I'm like, you know what? As far as I'm concerned, they give you an hour-long...
Good food is its own... Everyone is alone in...
They give you an hour-long new Metal Slug for free before you can even spend a single cent. If the game sucks after that, I don't really care. As far as I'm concerned. At the beginning, this game is like not greedy at all because you gotta play through like an entire Metal Slug game before you can even spend money. So this game is cool in my book so far. I was actually surprised. I'm like, when is this game gonna start having a cash shop or whatever? It takes like a full hour. I'm like, you know what? They can nickel and dime you as much as they want past that point, as far as I'm concerned. They gave you a new Metal Slug game that actually doesn't play that bad. Like, I'm cool with that, personally.
Well, Major Marco, thank you for taking part in our...
This is the part where there's money, though, so I don't know how it's gonna play from here on out.
The lock company will take you to the first mining and excavation... The gameplay is pretty decent.
I don't know how money hungry this game is gonna be, though. Probably a lot. I haven't spent a cent, so I can't comment on it.
Yeah, Major, but visit your pal, Miss.
Welcome. Can greatly increase the damage done.
Complete!
Like I said, to even get to the point where you can spend real money, you basically play through the length of, like, Metal Slug 3. So, I think any complaints about this game are null and invalid. It doesn't ask you for money until you played through essentially a brand new Metal Slug game, so I think they deserve a little bit of money for that. How much they deserve is it's up to you, of course, but I was actually surprised how long it took before there was like anything resembling a cash shop.
I'm fine, all good.
I don't know if I'll stick with it. I gotta play a little bit longer, but I'm enjoying it so far.
Marco the Ace Pilot requested clearance for takeoff. Madoka!
Time's up. I hope our men come. Marco, you are out.
Major? Excellent. We're leaving for a mission. Yes.
Hooray!
You're still
What makes you an informant?
What is stuff priced like in this game? What's the cash shop like? I haven't really looked at any of this. I haven't spent a cent on this, so I haven't really looked at what kind of game is this. Do you gamble and get nothing, or do you spend a small amount of money and actually get stuff? So this is free. These are all fragments for weapons that you can get. So I guess if you play long enough, you can get a decent amount of stuff. I'm not spending any money, by the way. Not now. Just curious to see what the cash shop looks like.
Mission start! Laser gun! Mission complete!
I don't know, the thing, compared to Zenless Zone Zero, which just came out like 2 weeks ago, the tutorial of this was actually fun. The tutorial of Zenless is like full of unskippable cutscenes and just stuff that's not fun. The tutorial of this was basically just like an above average Metal Slug game. I'm like, you know, if the game gets too money hungry and I don't stick with it, or I just like don't stick with it for my own personal reason, I'm happy with that personally.
Beautiful scenery beneath.
It plays pretty good. I'm sure later on it's probably more just how much time and money you spend, but they give you a fair amount of just regular game before you can even spend a cent. So I think I'm cool with it personally. I know some people might not like that, but
We genius characters never lack confidence. Ha!
Combat mode
Trevor.
activated.
Character from the Metal Slug that no one likes. Nadia as well. It's an original character, do not steal. Karma.
What's the new plan? Ho! Face the sun.
To a better.
Wanna beat me? Huh. Not a chance! You ready for this?
It is kind of similar to X-Dive, yeah. Especially like how it looks. But the gameplay is pretty legit, at least at the beginning. I don't know, like, how it gets later after you've spent like $800 or played for 6 years or whatever. But at the beginning it was pretty fun, and it did, you know, they did give you like a whole Metal Slug game without even giving you the option to spend a single cent. So I think the game is worth existing just for that, personally, because there hasn't been an actual Metal Slug in like 15 years. So I was actually very surprised at how long the tutorial lasted and how there was barely any dialogue, just a couple seconds of dialogue every few minutes. Like, it was actually like straight gameplay. Alright, well, I think I'm going to figure out what I'm going to eat. So, I'll probably come back after I eat, actually, while it's still cool in the house. I'll probably, play some more Turtles. So, if you're interested in Turtles gameplay, I'll probably do more of that after I come back. I'll see you guys later. I need to figure out what I'm doing for food, because I don't have any money on my card right now. So I gotta scrounge for some food, and I might want to go walk before it gets too hot. Yeah, it's under 100 right now. It's probably a good time to go and get something to eat. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. If not tonight at my neighbor's house, probably when I get back, because I want to try to get the Turtles overview out soon, and I kind of need to beat the game a couple more times to do that.